Many people ask me, what is it like to raise kids in Israel, the world's one Jewish state? And I answer them with, it's both amazing and complicated at the same time. Let's explore what I mean by that. Shalom, my friends. This is the Kiva Gersh with Israel in 5, where we give you everything Israel in 5 minutes. Please like and subscribe. And if you have any questions, want to keep the conversation going, please do so below in the comments. There are many aspects of life here in Israel for children which are normal and wonderful and great, like many other places in the world. They go to school, which maybe they don't like so much, but they have friends and they have activities and they have life and they have malls and they have beaches and they have hiking trails and all kinds of wonderful things to do and to take part in. But yes, there are also many challenges to living here in Israel, as you can understand, with the security situation, the ongoing, decades-long security situation that Israelis have been facing since the time of the creation of the state in 1948. Let's probe a little bit more of the positive, and then we'll get to the challenging. Something unique about the positive aspects of growing up in Israel is more than kids in other countries, including America. Definitely from my experience, having grown up in America and seeing kids grow up here in Israel, is in Israel, kids have much more freedom. They're given a lot more leeway. They're given a lot more responsibility. They're expected to, encouraged to become leaders and do-it-yourselfers at a younger age. They're allowed to go out later at night. They're allowed to go out further away from home at younger ages. They're allowed to take public transportation at younger ages. They're just allowed to do things that, on average, kids in other countries aren't allowed to do. That is tied into the security situation, as we'll see. All right. But it is part of the culture to teach kids values of leadership, of responsibility, of you can do this and go and do it yourself. And it really helps to build the character and the quality of the Jewish state. Kids enjoy this for sure, this freedom, this responsibility. They even come to expect it. But it really does tie into the bigger picture of what Israel is dealing with, because kids know and their parents know that when they're 18, they're going to go to the army and they're going to give up all that freedom. And they're going to take those lessons learned about leadership and responsibility, and they're going to use them in a whole new way, and add to them, of course. On the challenging side, as you can expect, kids here grow up really quickly. They're aware of things at a younger age that other kids in other places simply aren't. They're aware of war, and they're aware of enemies. They're aware of terrorism. They're aware of people who hate them and want to kill them. They're aware of rockets being shot at our country and running to bomb shelters and having to have, plans in case what happens if. So kids grow up with that as well in a very, very intense way. I see that with my own kids. And while thank God it hasn't caused them anxiety or stress, it really has shaped their childhood in a way that wouldn't have if they lived in a different kind of place. Right? The things that they hear about in the news and the things that they talk about, the things that they say are very unique because of the situation that we're living in, with enemies pretty much on all sides, on all borders. And again, it makes them grow up much quicker, much more aware, and much more, in the know about the real reality of some people, some countries, and some populations in the world. And all this ties together. These two sides come together to really form a very unique Israeli culture. Those kids are going to grow up and they're going to become the adults and they're going to raise their own kids. And this kind of pattern will continue, both of having this freedom and this responsibility at young ages, and then expected to at an older age to use that for the good of the country and for the defense of the country. Right? Kids here have been through a lot. My own kids specifically been through many wars, many waves of terror. Have seen or have heard about terrorist attacks just minutes from our house, and they understand the bigger picture at a much younger age. So that's a bit of what it's like to grow up as a kid in Israel, as a parent, to raise kids in Israel, and to really navigate these two pieces and these two very, very different parts of childhood, both the fun and the openness, the freedom, and with that again the responsibility, but also this awareness and this knowledge that that this is intense, and there are intense moments, and we're facing big challenges, and we have lots of enemies out there, and that really all comes together to make sure that the nation sticks together and focuses on our strengths, our internal strengths, and our unity in order to face those external enemies and those external challenges. All in all, I think growing up in Israel, as I can see through my own kids and kids in my community, is a wonderful thing, is a positive thing, is such a unique experience. Um, and at the end of the day, they have the great merit to be alive at this time, to be growing up in the world's one Jewish state, the first independent Jewish state in over 2,000 years. All the best, my friends, and be well.